1, 2, 1, 2. That's right. Welcome to the Lockdown Companion. That's right.
Keep very calm. Give me all your money. Try to count to 10. Little doesn't know it's about to begin. Push it too far, you're a killing machine.
None of the clubs are open, bro. I'm out of work. Maybe I was.
That's a fair
You're right,
point.
Davey. How's it going?
I'm good,
we have
man.
to do this second hello. It's always weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it
We've
is.
already said hello.
We have already said hello.
Yeah.
And then multiple times throughout the week we've been talking, but here we go again, dude. The people spoke up. The people wanted this, I think. And if they didn't,
do you reckon?
You're getting it anyway. You know?
Well, exactly. You can't lose, dude, because it's like if we get 200 views,
200 winners.
Doesn't matter.
Exactly. 200 winners and a load of people who just didn't know about it.
Found something else.
Yeah, that's
exactly. I'm hyped for them.
Yeah, exactly. They're watching something else. So yeah, stoked.
This one's a daytime one. I think last time we did was nighttime, wasn't it?
It was. This is nice actually because I rarely do these in the day. So
don't you know what?
I'm usually I have things to actually do in the day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So right now it's like, well, I mean, why not? We can do it in the day.
But why don't you introduce the exact reason why we're doing it in the day today?
Because we have a very, very special guest joining us.
We do.
Very special guest.
Hey, do you know, I actually feel bad because Spikeball Chris seems like a guy, you know? He seems like the man.
He does. And
doesn't he?
I'm excited to actually speak to him because I was a bit nervous at first, and I'll tell him this, because I didn't know if he'd actually listened to the first episode, and I was like, oh, he just thinks we actually... Not we actually want to talk to him. That is not what I mean at all. Like, he just thinks this has come out of the blue. And like, whatever. But he actually listened, and he's then listened to quite a lot of other episodes. So he's like, oh, I'm listening to your Danny Maccaskill episode now. It's sick. I'm like, oh, wow, legend.
Nice.
So, yeah, thanks for everyone out there for making it happen. Because a bunch of people apparently messaged him to his DMs.
Yeah.
He said, I think a few people emailed Spikeball.
Really?
Dude, and then
so we're going to hear from the man himself.
The man himself.
I was trying to think back to whether we said anything mean or nasty that we should apologise for.
No, I don't think
we
so.
did.
I don't think there was anything mean or nasty. I think it was more like it was me bringing it up in a way that maybe didn't sound 100% positive. It was more like, oh, this keeps happening. But but it is odd, isn't it? But then, and then he said in a message, he's like...
we can talk to Spikeball Chris, and he's probably going to agree.
Well, because he said he's never even heard of the person who was reaching out to me to try and get him on the podcast. So he was like, I don't even know who that is.
Really?
Like, no way, yeah, super cool. So Spikeball Chris is game. He's well up for it. He should be joining us in about 20 minutes, give or take, if everything goes to plan.
Shit, we got 20 minutes to cover everything.
I know, which is going to be tough. But... We can do it. We got Spikeball Chris, and then hopefully we got another guest joining us too. Matt Macduff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
Macduff.
Yeah, so Matt's going to jump in as well for a little session.
Wicked.
So yeah, this is cool.
Oh well, it's an exciting show we've got ahead of us.
It is, mate. So it actually is a little bit more of a show too. I'm slightly nervous, to be honest, because I don't know if some of this stuff's going to work. There's going to be a new YouTube element of this, hopefully. So I'm going to try and add the video in. We've got some video.
Can we go to the ads and stuff?
Yeah, we could. If we had some, we could.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to get some.
And that's where I come in. So Focus Bikes are proudly supporting.
How much did Goodyear pay for you for that T-shirt? To wear that T-shirt right now?
Sure, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice.
Quite NASCAR, isn't it?
It is actually. It is NASCAR. Yeah. Have you got Goodyear tyres on the old truck? Painted white.
I haven't. No. I need to. Right?
Just Dunloppies.
Yeah. Exactly.
Funny. So, what was the weekend like, man? What did you get up to?
Yeah, weird. So, first of all, if we only got 20 minutes to cover
Oh, we can do a little more in between. I think Matt's going to be a little after Chris anyway. So
yeah, cool.
Okay.
So you said you had so obviously a lot's changed, and the weight of the situation probably has become a little bit more apparent. I would say for me it has anyway.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Totally.
And the last one, I don't think we. You know, I feel like I was paying attention and I was doing my best, but I don't think it quite hit home exactly how gnarly it is.
That's fair.
And if we came across as insensitive in any way, it's not the case. I think really we're trying to make it light-hearted.
And what's probably worth mentioning too is the way this is scaling, and like, you know, it's almost like a hockey stick. It's getting worse quicker. So if you think when we last recorded the last episode, which we recorded on a Monday, I think, and it didn't go out until the Wednesday. So those 2 days there, things escalate. So we're like, I agree. I don't think we made light of the situation. You know, I think if I did, I apologise. I did say that the Stoke level was low, but the Stoke level is low.
I think that was accurate.
It's pretty dead on.
I made a joke about trying to make the podcast go viral, which maybe was in poor taste.
I don't know.
In hindsight, I don't know, do you think? But I think,
when I think people have to realise that we are coming at this from a bit of a different angle, and we're, not comedians at all, and we probably shouldn't get that golden ticket of like, oh, he's a comedian, he can say whatever he wants. But there is an extent of like, we are trying to sort of not make light of it, but trying to put a bit of a positive spin on things and try and, But it's very difficult too to do anything and not talk about it. It's almost impossible. Like, you couldn't do this and say, right, we're not even going to talk about the coronavirus. Like, I was out walking the dog the other day and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I said, right, anyone listening, you're at home, self-isolated, looking for fitness ideas or whatever, every time we say coronavirus, 10 press-ups. I was like, that'd be a cool idea. And then we'll try and not say it. But then I was like, no, we need to talk about it, especially now. And given the fact that, this thing does some decent numbers too. So if multiple tens of thousands of people hear this and think, oh, actually, that's hit a bit of a chord with me, I actually should be self-isolated, I should be taking it more serious, then I feel that as a content creator, we have a platform to use to sort of tell people a little bit.
I think it's good that it's done. Yeah. I think it's good that it's that more people have heard it, maybe, because it means probably people are that bored that they would listen to it. if they had,
which is the plan.
If they had a lot on, exactly. If they had a lot on, which we're really trying to not have a lot on at the minute, they wouldn't have the time to listen to it. So,
what are you doing with your time then, dude? Like, look, like the weekend just gone. Has the weekend that you've just had, has that changed any like to what you'd normally be doing as far as, I don't know? So
have we got a week apart from podcasts? We haven't.
Yeah.
Wednesday, right?
This will go out on a Wednesday, and the last one was a Wednesday as well.
Yeah. So we recorded on Monday. Yeah. So in that week, I'd say probably quite a lot's changed. Like, I did take it seriously last week, and I was certainly trying to not. Well, dude, I sort of exercise a bit of self-isolating anyway, but definitely in the things that I do that are social, for sure, I've now completely changed everything. You know, it was weird. We went on a ride the other day, and it was like a group of 3 people, and we bumped into another group of 3 people, and it felt so deeply irresponsible when we were out there.
Yeah.
And we're all trying to keep distance, and there's this weird feeling in the air, like everyone felt embarrassed and bad and responsible. And actually, Bren said a good thing. He was like, this was on a separate ride. We were just the 2 of us going off on a cross-country ride. We went past someone, and they sort of jumped off the path, real dramatic, out into the woods. Right. And I was thinking, fucking, it's a bit dramatic, bit over the top. And he rightly said, if you were in a more at-risk group, you would think completely differently about this. And it got me thinking, if I'm in a group of 6 people, or real, running around, enjoying ourselves in the woods, if it was the other way around, let's say, and young people were in the at-risk group, and you were out riding your bike and you saw a group of old people on shop mobility bombing through the woods, shouting, giving each other high fives, imagine how different that would be.
Yeah, it's true. It's a good way of thinking about it. Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, that's got me thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I'm just gonna go on lonely cross country rides. I think I don't want to add to anything.
What's cool is, in a way, you know, so many people always mention about not having time to do things, and now we're in a position where we probably have too much time in our hands. Yeah. And I think that's something I've been toying with a little bit. You know, usually I'm out doing my job Monday to Friday, and I get home late and I leave early. And all of a sudden I'm like, right, I've got like a lot of stuff I can be doing, you know, whether that's monotonous shit around the house or whatever. But it does make you think, like, I've been thinking a lot more of like, I want to come out of this a better person. Like, I want to spend time actually reading books or listening to things or watching, you know, interesting documentaries or whatever. And exercising too. So I've almost turned this whole thing into a game, which me and my girlfriend keep joking about. It's like, the game is, don't get it. Even if, you know, I'm 99% sure that if I did get this coronavirus, that I'd be fine. You know, I'm healthy, I've got a good immune system. I probably would have some symptoms, but I'm 99% sure I'd come out of it okay. But the game is, don't get it. You know, the game is, stay as healthy as you possibly can be. You know, drink loads of water, eat healthy food, get sunlight, get good sleep, all the things that you should be doing to maintain a healthy immune system, do it, but like times 10. So that's my game right now. Is like, the game is, don't get coronavirus, because
nice.
Yeah, that's the game. So that's what we've got going on. Because my girlfriend, you know, she's still working. She works in a school, dude. So she's like, yeah. So she's been there this morning. You know, they've said schools are shut, but for people who might not necessarily know that, schools aren't actually shut. They're open to kids who don't have sort of childcare throughout the day. So she's had 20 kids or something today. So yeah, the game is, don't get it. But things have obviously changed quite a bit, haven't they? Let's be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
it's changed a hell of a lot. Be interesting to hear from a couple of other guys too, like what the situation is where Chris and Matt are. Hopefully, if they do join us.
It's gnarly seeing on without banging on and being too negative.
Yeah,
seeing the difficulty in which they have in like controlling the herd. So they're, you know, in London. So you know where I live, it's like I'm back onto the woods, and I don't really come into contact with people really unless I'm going to a petrol station or food shopping. It's like, it doesn't, you know, I don't really ever have to bump into people. And yeah, I don't know. I guess
have you noticed more people out where you are yesterday, for example?
It's fucking
it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Like, but actually, that's probably Mother's Day more than
potentially. But it's like, you know, if there was an overlord, a god, looking down on this situation right now, and they were like making a, you know, oh, let's just give them a virus to play with and let's see what they do. You'd be like, well, look what they do. They go crazy in supermarkets buying stupid shit like toilet roll. And then look at the people. They all start going outside where they should be anyway. Which is weird, because what did people do before? Like, most people on a Saturday and a Sunday were shopping, buying probably pointless shit, you know, going to restaurants and stuff. And when all that stuff's closed, people go into nature.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, I wish they'd piss off, to be honest.
Same. But it's super important, though, that people know, like, if you are going to go out, like, you know, go in a small group, stay distance. And because you shared a really interesting thing on your social media, too, which was, like, saying the do's and don'ts of going riding. That was good. Because
you don't know. You don't know where you stand. You don't know what the rules are. And I think just having something written down and, like, I'm going to hold myself to that properly. I'm not going to be taking it lightly, for sure. Yeah, I thought that was good. Yeah. It's not exactly a giant sacrifice to make that we're having to make, is it?
No.
Let's be honest.
Believe it or not, Piers Morgan said it quite well. And he doesn't say much well, but he did say, you know, we were, you know, years and years ago, we were called to go to war and fight for our country. Right now, the UK is asking people to stay indoors and listen to this podcast and listen to other podcasts and watch TV. And people are struggling to do that. It's weird.
Yeah. And the crappy thing is the people that lived through the wars are now the people who are at risk. So they've seen real gnarliness and proper uncertainty. I mean, it is, you know, we crazy.
Well, we've touched on it, which I think was important to do, because I don't think we could have kicked this thing off and not talk about it. But
definitely,
I also just want to do a really quick a thank you, because there's lots of people listening to this. I mean, the numbers sort of blew me away when I looked at it, and I'm not very analytical, but this one's doing really well.
Wicked.
But yeah, just a massive thank you to everyone who reached out and said that they enjoyed the last episode. And mainly, and this is sort of deep, I want to say massive thank you to anyone who's working, like in healthcare or anyone who's doing anything like that, which is not involved sitting at home. It's looking after kids. It's going and working in hospitals or taking out, doing the bins. I mean, the bin men were around today, and you're like, that's actually probably quite a gnarly job in times like this. You're touching everyone else's shit. So thank you to everyone out there who's holding it down and not just sat around.
Bin, Davey.
That's what we do up here, mate. We have weird shit. We have weird things with shit, as you know. We've got.
What is it? Waffle stomping and shitting in bins.
Waffle stomping.
Dude, you just got to try the toilet. It's easy.
We've got a black bin and a hose pipe outside. We're good up north. Oh dear.
No, I'm sorry to interrupt your kind message. It's very true.
Yeah, it's true. So,
look at this.
Yeah.
I cut my hair. This is a home haircut.
That's decent, bro. Doing a good job. People on the YouTubes. Is it? Well, from here. For what it's worth, from here
the
through
back's probably got a little
terrible Skype call, it looks great, dude.
Yeah, like 4 pixels.
It looks brilliant.
Excellent, thank you. Too kind.
But there's not much else going on, is there? That's the weird thing. Like,
yeah,
that's the strange thing. There's not a great deal else going on. We're just.
Hey, dude. Before we get Spikeball Chris on, I've got. I thought I'd give like the 3 things I've been watching.
Oh, perfect.
This is my preparation for this podcast.
That.
All right.
Yeah.
So the first one is Tiger. I think it's called Tiger Man, and it's on Netflix. You seen that?
No, I haven't. What is it?
It is insane. I don't want to. It's like a 7. I think it's a 7-part series. Let me look it up.
Okay.
But it's the most ridiculous. It's one of those ones you can't stop watching.
Hooks you in.
And it's
which
about
is what we want.
Basically Let me read the kind of, what do you call it? Yeah, it's called Tiger Man, and it's on Netflix, and it is. Can't actually find on Wikipedia no joke, a coronavirus warning came up instead of the thing that I clicked on. It's a guy that looks after and breeds tigers, and he's got this wildlife park, and that's just the beginning of the story. The story gets crazier and crazier.
I'm in.
Yeah, got to watch that. That's really good. Really good. He's now.
Is it new or relatively old?
Well, it's just been ruined by the bloody. I've just ruined it. I've spoilt it for myself. It pissed me off. I was just trying to tell you about it, dude.
It totally ended.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
I'm not going to ruin it. I'm not going to ruin it because I'm taking this quarantine serious.
You've taken one for the team. You ruined it for yourself, but you're not ruining it for everyone else.
Yeah. I'm going to be a lockdown companion, not a lockdown spoiler.
You know what? Just quickly, what really pisses me off is when you go to watch Supercross on supercrosslive.com, the results are in the top corner, and you can't not see it to click the link to watch the fucking race.
You try so hard, don't you?
Yeah. You like avoid social media all day. I'm not looking. And then you go to watch it, and you're like, oh, Roxon won. Or
another weird thing, my girlfriend will want to read that first. So she'll want to read what happens in it before watching it.
Yeah.
And that irritates me so much. I'm like, well, it doesn't matter. I'm telling you it's good. Just watch it. Just shut up. Watch it. She'll want to read exactly what fucking... Okay.
Yeah.
Number two.
We've
got refurb videos on YouTube. I've just got into them. They're so good. It's like the best ones don't have like gnarly music.
Okay.
That kills me. You could turn the sound down. The best ones are almost like ASMR-y.
Ah, okay.
And it's like, so I watched someone refurb a Russian chainsaw.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Sounds boring, but it's just, there's no talking. It's just it looks like a rusty piece of metal with loads of bits on it, and they assure you it is a Russian chainsaw. And he breaks it all down, takes it all apart, down to every bolt, like polishes it up, puts it back together, paints it. It is nice. Dude.
Right.
I just watch them like mesmerised. You get rid of a few hours of the day watching those things. I watched a C90 one. That was good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Love a good C90 video.
That was good.
Have you got one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I got a load of it. I got inspired by the refurb videos, and I tried to. I was going to break down a motor and like polish it all up, and then I got as far as getting it out of the garage, kicking it. Oh, it's got no compression.
Leave it.
I'll put it back. So useless. And then the last one was Bill Burr, just because he's good at ranting.
Yeah.
Just I like Bill Burr and his Monday morning podcast. So.
Brilliant. That's cool. Good tips, man. So I do my 3, but I didn't prep it, so I'm just gonna have to go for it.
But you had the prep whilst I was doing. I was
thinking it in the back of my head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I've been number 1. I'm a big fan of that King and the Sting podcast with Brendan Sharp.
Yeah, write that down.
And Theo Von. Yep, you can have that one for free, everybody.
Yeah.
King and the Sting, because that's good. It's visual. It keeps you busy for an hour or whatever. What else?
Good lads, aren't they?
They are hilarious.
Yeah.
Second thing, I've been watching The Chef Show on Netflix. It's decent. Thank you.
Chef Show.
I love cooking. Big fan of making tacos. So anything to do with tacos, I'll always watch it.
Really? Yeah. What's on the Chef Show? What do they do?
What do they do then? It's a professional chef and then a guy who made a movie called Chef. And he's training to be a chef. So the guy who is a chef is teaching him how to be a chef. And they go around to all these different restaurants and eateries and stuff like that in the States.
Nice.
And make nice food. So, yeah.
Nice.
But the disappointing thing about that is you're watching it and you're like, oh, I'm going to make that tomorrow. And then you go to the supermarket and you're like, nah, I'm having Toblerone again. Or whatever.
Yeah, dude. Exactly the same as my refurb video.
Yeah.
It's got no compression.
Yeah. Well, the shops are shut.
Lobster. Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
And then what else have I been watching? The third thing would be... what have I been watching?
My pen's at the ready, dude.
Okay. God, I'm trying to think of something different that I don't always say all the time. I mean, I've watched all the Joe Rogans. The latest Joe Rogan, actually, with Andy Stumpf, who's the base jumper / old ex Navy SEAL. I've been watching that too. So I've been holding that one down. That's good. That's decent.
That's cool.
Anything Rogan, I think, is good.
Yeah, it's a safe bet, isn't it?
And that's 3 hours
big
too.
Library.
Yeah, and 3 hours.
To go through.
So, yeah. So that's it, really. That's what I've been doing, man.
Nice.
And then
that was good. I reckon that was good. I hope people paid attention.
I think so. I've been trying to not watch and listen to as much stuff though, because I think that's the problem. Is when you've got time on your hands, you can just waste it by just watching stuff.
Yeah.
Go outside, do something if you can.
That is true. All right, my 4th one then is I'm currently refurbishing a bathroom. So.
Oh, are you?
I'm in there grouting, painting. It's actually the dream, isn't it? Having a bathroom there. I've nearly got everything I need to fiddle with it, but
installing a bidet, or are you?
Well, are you joking? Of course I am. I could show you it if you want. It was cheap as well off Amazon. It was nothing. It's like $39.99. I don't have to waffle stomp. It's easy.
You just have to live above somebody else's house, which you do, so you're good. So you don't flood anything, fine. So you're good.
Yeah, easy.
So yeah, that's what else we got going on? I'm just gonna drop Spikeball Chris a message real quick.
Nice. Spikeball Chris. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Could go either way, couldn't it?
It could, yeah.
Could go either way.
What's our safe word? We need a safe word.
Volleyball.
Well, it could be. No, I'm going to say it by accident. It needs to be completely unrelated. What could be our safe word? So we have to just be like, yeah, thanks, Spikeball Chris. Yeah, peace.
DMR. Oh, no.
No, it might come up.
That might come up.
You never know.
We're always going to talk about DMR.
We'll think of something. I've got the website up on here.
Okay.
So that I can just sort of come up with some ideas and talk to him. And yeah. This is cool. I might ditch you, actually. Fuck it. It's your podcast. I might just ditch you halfway through. If he's boring, I'm out of here.
Okay. just me and him. We'll take it.
Yeah. I'm running out of signal.
Oh, dear. I don't know. Yeah, looking forward to it. Do you want to do, while we're waiting, we got quite a few, what did we get? So I came up with 3 segments, which we could do, should we need to.
Nice.
One of them, Ask a Pro. A couple of questions I could ask you, pitch to you, and see what your take is.
Please, I'm happy.
All right.
Yeah. Ask away, dude.
All right, Ask a Pro. The first thing, I'm not going to lie, the funniest one was someone commented, Ask a Pro, ? Can't we ask Brendog then?
Right, well, that's not very nice, is it?
It made me laugh, dude, for sure. I thought it was hilarious.
I don't really... Yeah, I'm not going to react to that.
No.
Because I'm above it.
That's funny. Just give me 1 sec, dude. I'm just going to... Spikeball Chris is ready to go.
All right. Well, that was the only question I got.
Yeah. So
cheers then. Right.
Right. Fingers crossed this works, and we're going to welcome Spikeball Chris to the podcast. Oh, man. Let's see what goes on.
This is exciting.
This is going to take some editing for me, isn't it? Here we go.
Spikeball Chris!
What's up, gentlemen?
What is up?
Yes, dude. Wow, this is amazing that this has actually happened. Isn't it amazing?
This is mental. Spikeball Chris, good to have you on the podcast, buddy.
Oh, it's fantastic to be here. I was driving around the other day listening to you guys, and it just sounded like two best buds sitting around a pub chatting, and I'm like, I want to be a part of that. So I appreciate the invite.
Welcome. You're in. I wouldn't say best buds.
Hey, you've got to thank the third, the ghost lady. Did you say something about that?
Natalia, I believe, is her name. And yes, huge thanks to her. I need to send her the link to your episode the other day so she can kind of hear how this whole thing started.
So do you know who that is then, or not?
Yes, you guys were absolutely right. We are paying her to.
She's done a great job.
Yeah, hearing you say how persistent she was, I was just that's hilarious. So yes, I know her. I don't know her well. We've been working together, I think, a month or two, and if this is where her work leads me, then I absolutely love what she's doing.
Amazing!
Hell yeah!
That's so funny, dude. Thank you for being
quarantined up.
I am quarantined up. So I'm here in Chicago. I've got a wife and 3 kids. So we've been quarantined for about a week now. Kids are at home trying to figure out how to do schoolwork on laptops, and we're all still friends after a full week of being together. So I chalk that up as a pretty big success. So.
Oh, man. I don't know, dude. Thank you again. Like, before Olly rudely interrupted me, I was just going to say thank you for being such a good sport as well. So yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, because I don't think we weren't. I was saying to Olly before, like, we weren't at all rude on the last episode. It was just funny that it came up. Like, we were just coming up with things to talk about. So yeah, massive thank you for being so open to come on here and just having a chat.
Absolutely. When I was listening to the episode, I wasn't sure if it was going to go south and the rudeness was going to happen, or if it was going to go up and we're just having fun. So loved the direction it wound up taking. As I sent you a message, as I was driving around, I actually got a speeding ticket. I just had to get out of the house and go drive around to try and regain some of my sanity. Right. And about 11 minutes after I leave my house, I get pulled over. Then I start listening to your guys' podcast, and my day got a lot better. So
amazing. So what is the status in Chicago? Is it on complete lockdown, or are you sort of just advised to stay in the house?
I'd say it's kind of between the two. So you're not going to get in trouble if you go outside, but our governor has said stay home. All the bars and restaurants, most of the stores are closed. You can still get, I believe, groceries delivered. I think you can get food delivered from restaurants. I think it's Illinois, California, and New York that are on sort of the lockdown right now. It sucks, but I think I wish all 50 states were on lockdown. It sounds like that's sort of the way we should be going. Doing a little more of the suppression work, but I'm not in charge, so I don't get to make the.
No, mate, no. I've got so many questions. Tell me about Spikeball. I'm intrigued how this all happened, how you became a part of Spikeball. Did you found it? What's the sort of the route here?
Absolutely. I'll give you sort of the abbreviated version. So I did not invent it. I brought it back to life.
Okay.
So back in 1989, I was 14 years old, and one of my buddies bought a Spikeball set from the toy store. He brought it home to the neighborhood. We all fell in love with the game and thought it was just the greatest thing ever. Played it on and off over the years, and people would stop and ask us about the game, where can they get it? And from what little we knew, you couldn't get it because it launched in 1989 and they killed it in 1991. So it was only around for a very short period of time. So fast forward to 2003, me and some of those childhood friends, my now wife and a few others, all went to Hawaii, and we brought one of those old sets, and that sort of rekindled our love for it. And we started talking about, I wonder if we could actually bring this thing back to life. So in 2008, we relaunched it. So nobody owned the rights to it anymore, right? It had been completely abandoned.
Right.
So 2008, me, my brother, my cousin, and a few other friends all chipped in to start the company and get started. And then I ran it by myself from 2008 to 2013 as like a side job. The company didn't have any money to pay for any employees or anything, and I had no idea if it was going to work. I had a wife and kids at home, so I had to kind of keep my day job. And then in 2013, it got to be big enough where I got to quit my job and go full time. And then 2 years after that, we were on Shark Tank here in the U.S., which, that was a really big deal for us. And then we started noticing like professional athletes started playing a bunch, and we started having tournaments all over the place. And we've just been growing like absolute crazy all over the world. We have 2 employees in the UK now. One actually starts, I think, on Thursday.
Is it Olly?
Yep. So we got one in London and one in Wales.
Oh, really? Right.
So, hello, Tom.
Wow. Chris, talk us through the actual rules. Because I see approximately what it is. But so you've got the trampoline thing in the middle. How many balls do you have going at a time? How many people do you have going? And what do you do?
Absolutely. So you know how to play 2-on-2 volleyball? The general rules of it?
Not that much.
Dude. We don't have much volleyball.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, it rains really an awful lot.
There's not much volleyball in Sheffield either right now.
Understood. All right. So to answer your question, so it's 4 people. So it's 2 teams of 2. So 2-on-2 with 1 ball. So it's me and my partner. We stand on one side of the net, and our opponents are on the other side. I serve the ball just by throwing it up, spiking the ball down. It now bounces off the net towards my opponents. They can hit it right back on the net towards me, or they have up to 3 hits between each other before they have to get it on the net. And the goal
so it's just 3D volleyball.
Yeah, so with volleyball, the goal is to hit the ball over the net, right? With Spikeball, the goal is to hit the ball onto the net. That's really the only difference. And you want to hit the ball, of course, so your opponent cannot get it back on the net. If they can't, you get a point. First team to 21 wins.
And can you go all the way around the net?
Yes, very important. So once the ball's in play, there are no boundaries. All 4 people can run anywhere. So if you just Google top 10 Spikeball plays or something like that, you'll see some of our top players, just absolutely sprinting, diving. It's a hell of a workout once you get to know how to play.
Can you set screens?
No, that is called a hinder. That is illegal. Sometimes it results in fights.
Really?
But if that's what you're looking for, then go for it. But it's against the rules.
Would it pay to have someone who's big, on your team, big?
That's the thing. Logic would tell you that having some big or really tall person with tremendous reach would be very beneficial. This sport, for some reason, we've had people that are really tall and not so much compete at the national level and be able to take each other head on head and do really well. So it's sort of a leveler for those of us that may not be all that tall, of which I include myself.
So what makes
I think you
good...
answered the question.
Go on, Olly.
Sorry, it's annoying, the delay, isn't it? It's
yeah,
very difficult. I think you answered the question. So you've got a national league, Chris.
National, and I'd like to formally invite the two of you, to our first ever World Championship, which is taking place in Belgium at the end of August / first weekend of September.
World
Can we be a team?
Champs.
Yes.
Oh! Yes.
So,
Holy.
what's the name of the podcast now? The Lockdown? I forget the name of it.
Well, this one's the Lockdown Companion.
All right, I think that's a great team name. So get practicing. I'll send you guys some gear. And
yeah.
Wow. So okay,
yeah, there's supposed to be
dude, there's your next vlog, Olly.
Yeah,
wow.
We're unfortunately right now canceling tournaments all over the world. There's supposed to be a bunch in the UK. A group of people in Ireland had a series of, I think, 5 to 10 tournaments this spring. And, with COVID-19, everybody's having to cancel them. But fingers are crossed. We're still hoping we'll have the global championship in Belgium.
Wow. Dude, I'm all over that. I cannot wait.
I guess you kind of heard in the podcast, we sort of, as we realised this was a massive global phenomenon, you could hear our tone change. We're like, Spikeball, what's Spikeball? And then gradually we realise it's huge. I'm on your site as we speak. And now I've got the potential to be a world champ now.
I mean, things are looking up, right?
Yeah. Things are looking up.
If you're on the site, you see that video that's on the homepage. That's my kids in my living room. Yeah, so my marketing guy sent me a note the other day saying, "Hey, Chris, we need more video of people playing inside because that's what most people are doing now. Can you take a video of your kids?" So that's what I did. He uploaded it, and we're seeing a lot of people playing in their yards, in their basement, in their living rooms, etc. So,
wow,
good way to kill time, stay active.
Yeah, for sure. And
right, yeah.
So you sell these things all over the world. Do you sell them in the UK then too, right?
Yeah, primarily through Amazon. I think it's amazon.co.uk.
Okay, yeah.
We are in some brick and mortar retailers, primarily like smaller mom and pop, like independent shops. Throughout the UK, EU, South America, Australia. It's kind of popping up everywhere, which I'm shocked. I absolutely love it. There's nothing more, gratifying than to see, people in the Philippines or Vietnam or UK or anywhere that are just into this thing that we sort of brought back to life. Like it's been a lot of fun.
So cool. And I was thinking about it too. I know you didn't invent it, but how hard it is to come up with a new game because everything's taken.
Yeah.
Have you got any ideas for anything new?
A lot of we entertain new ideas, but when I talk to people that are a lot smarter than me, they're like, Chris, you have so much runway left. There's such a bright future for your existing, sort of Spikeball world. We're nervous that if you start doing something else, you might get distracted and you won't have the focus that this product deserves. So for the time being, I'd say, we're sticking with this. We're still growing like mad, and we've got 27 employees now. Actually, I think 28 now that Ruth will be starting here in a couple days. Before COVID hit, we were firing on all cylinders. 2020 was looking to be a fantastic year, and I'm still confident we'll get there, but obviously some major hurdles in our way right now. But it's been good to see. Our sales have actually picked up a decent amount because people are stuck at home, and especially moms, I believe, are buying this as a way to keep the kids busy, keep them active, get them outside. So we've been seeing a lot of social media and a lot of videos of people sending crazy videos. People have made serving machines. So if you think of like a serving machine like for tennis, right? Yeah. Picture one of those, but homemade in your basement that spikes a spike ball onto the net. And it just does it repeatedly and repeatedly. Like
Sounds
how
dangerous.
creative people are getting. Yes. I wish they'd actually bump it up to 90 miles an hour or something, just to really, the danger element, something we got to work on. You guys have the danger element covered. We need more of that in our world.
Wow. Well, I'm blown away. Got a chance of being a world champion. You've come on the podcast and you're an absolute legit bloke. Learned loads about Spikeball. And what do you think the chances are of me and Olly actually becoming world champion? How many people enter the world championships?
I want serious odds here.
Yeah.
All right. So there'll be probably over 20 countries represented from this.
Chris, before you answer, keep this in mind.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
Not mad, are you?
I need to reconsider my answer now.
Sorry, please continue.
I think what we do is we create a new division of cyclists or mountain bikers, and we will name a national champ for either UK cyclists or something that is just, I have no chance of winning. I'm 44 years old from Chicago. I'm considering creating a division that's just for 44-year-olds from Chicago and then crowning myself that world champ. There's always a workaround. So,
all right,
nice. Appreciate the workaround.
So good odds then, basically.
Yeah.
Where's Tom Hanks, by the way? I thought he was going to be on this thing.
Who? Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Oh, it was either you or Tom Hanks, and obviously we went with you.
Smart decision.
Maybe Tom Hanks can do the next one. We'll see. If you've got a link to him, dude, please let us know. Because he's not answering any DMs at the moment.
He's not answering my calls either.
Guy needs to get with it, man.
Wow.
Yeah, right. So are you guys able to get out and ride, or sort of how tight is your lockdown where you guys are?
After you, Ollie.
It's a weird one, Chris, because you just have to keep your distance. And also, I kept saying the other day, we were out on a ride the other day, just a few of us, and we were keeping apart. But I was imagining crashing, and I was imagining something lame, like breaking my finger, walking into the emergency room and having to explain to them I did it whilst I was riding my bike. Like, what are you doing? So it's definitely changed things a lot for me. I'm still enjoying the great outdoors because I live in the great outdoors, so I'm very lucky in that respect. But definitely something's changed. Taking it easy,
Smart man.
Yeah, it's the same here as well, dude, to be honest. Going out when we can, but been very mindful about, and I'm nowhere near as good of a rider as Ollie, but been really careful about what you're actually doing, because even if you just slip over and stick a brake lever in your leg, anything like that that's going to put weight on the NHS is a big no-no. So, yeah, we're still just trying to get fresh air. I mean, we're not officially in lockdown here. We're being advised to stay indoors, which feels like 70% of the population are ignoring anyway. So, it's weird times, mate. It's weird times. But, yeah, just trying to do what we can when we can, really.
Makes sense. Yeah, I think I may have mentioned in my note to Davey, I was down in Patagonia like 3 weeks ago on a mountain bike trip, and was just getting very nervous that, I think we came home on March 2nd, and that, things are starting to bubble up, and I'm like, man, are we going to get stuck down here? Are we going to be okay? And thankfully came home scrape and bruise free, all my bones still intact, and got home. It's like, all right, feeling very good and safe that, it was my first time down there. I tried to do sort of like one trip a year, maybe every other year. And there's not too many mountains here in Chicago to work on my mountain biking skills, but beautiful spot nonetheless.
Yeah. Amazing. Cool, man. Well, thank you for jumping on the podcast. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, thanks for the invite to come to the World Champs too. If you're in, Ollie, I'm in anyway, man. I'm already...
I'm in, dude.
I'm ready to go play some Spikeball.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Chris. You're the man.
Yeah, you are.
Absolutely. It was so much fun. Thank you all. And be well, gentlemen.
Let's keep in touch. And looking forward to getting hold of some Spikeball to play too indoors. Oh, yeah. What's going on?
I need to get some addresses from you guys. We'll hook you guys up.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Man.
Legend.
Right,
have a great rest of your day, dude. Be safe.
Thanks, bye.
Cheers, Chris.
Well, I'm blown away by that.
Spikeball Chris is the man.
Spikeball Chris is the man. It threw a bit of a curveball into the call a little bit because it delays things.
Yeah, that was tough, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's always going to happen, unfortunately, when you go more than like two people.
Yeah.
But dude, we're going World Championships.
That's insane, isn't it?
Mm.
What a guy, eh? He's just in there. I was reading as we were talking. I was reading on the site, and it's really impressive. Look, so he didn't divulge into all the information, but his first warehouse was his basement.
Yeah.
This is whilst he was working. 5 years later, in 2013, he made $1 million in annual revenue with 0 full-time employees.
Wow.
Out of a trampoline and a ball. The guy's a G.
The guy's a genius. After all this, he is a G. G for genius, not gangster.
Ball. Fantastic. Yeah, Natasha or Natalia or whatever her name is. She's brilliant. Next, let's see who else she's got.
Yeah, I know.
We've got Spikeball Chris. What else should we get on board?
What other games can we go to World Championships for?
Yeah. I'm intrigued now by our guest suggestions.
That is brilliant. I can't wait, mate. Great vlog idea.
Yeah, indeed.
Going to Spikeball. We take bikes.
Yeah.
Where was it again? Was it in Germany? Wherever it is.
Spikeball land. No, I think it was Belgium.
Belgium.
I think it said Belgium, which is actually where I was born. I wasn't born. I was born in England, but I've lived in Belgium until I was 3.
Ah, and where are Focus based?
Germany. Different country, Davey.
Yeah, but it's close.
It's much the same. Much the same.
It's all over there, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we do that. Go there. Win a championship.
Up for it, dude.
Perfect.
Up for it.
Beautiful.
Mate, that was thoroughly interesting.
Yeah. It was actually. What a nice guy.
Yeah.
No.
You know, in a way, I was hoping he wasn't a nice guy, and then as soon as he sent the video before doing this, I thought, oh, he's a top bloke. He gets it. He's the man.
Yeah, he got it.
Spikeball Chris.
He got it straight away.
I'm on board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legend. So while we wait for Macduff, let's do some of these Ask the Pros. So if that's cool with you, mate.
Yeah, more questions about Brendan, is it? Go on, bring them on.
First one, Ask a Pro, aka Olly Wilkins, came in from at 35 Bikes.
Pro.
Do you like Yorkshire puddings?
Do you know I'm not about that life. Not about that Yorkshire pudding life. No.
Really?
That to me is bread. That is bread shaped in a cup. I'm about the meat. I'm about the vegetables. I don't care about the other things.
Right. Just straight
Yorkshire puddings,
yeah.
if I'm honest,
yeah,
can suck it. Not interested.
Controversial.
Take it off. Put more meat on.
It's controversial, that, mate. Don't say that up here. You'll get lynched.
Do I look? I don't care. Look.
That's like, offending the whole north of the country.
Offended?
Yeah, a little bit.
No, they're all right. I don't mind them, but I do prefer meat.
Yeah,
It's just
really.
like bread. I'm not that much of a bread guy. I don't really care about bread. It's all it's filler, not killer. You know.
Literally.
Yeah. Oh, are you vegan? Actually, you probably are, aren't you?
No, I'm not actually. I'm not. My girlfriend is. I live with her,
Yeah,
so I am technically vegan, especially at the moment because I ain't going out anywhere. So your girlfriend is.
I'm pretty much a vegetarian because my girlfriend is.
Yeah, and we just do what we need to do, don't we? We just we just keep pleasing them.
What lame guys.
Yeah, no.
You don't want to eat. Oh, sorry. Okay, I won't eat that. Okay, sorry.
All these taco shows that I watch, I'm like, oh, that looks lovely. I'm not going to make it.
You got a fried tofu. What a load of shit.
Oh, that looks amazing. I wonder what it'd be like with sweet potato.
Do you know, I like a lot of the vegetarian food, actually.
Yeah,
I feel like it's like you have to make a bit more effort.
That's what I like about it. I love cooking anyway, dude, and like I love having to think about things a little bit more than just here's a bit of meat and a bit of bread.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. True.
What else?
Sorry about the Yorkshire puddings comment. No, my apologies. I didn't even think.
All right.
But I don't care about them. I don't want to lie to you. What do you want? Do you want my real answer, or do you want me to say Yorkshire puddings are the best?
No, I want you to be honest. The whole time.
That's what I was.
Yeah. You were. I'm just going to shoot Matt a message real quick.
I've got a disabled 3-legged kitten running around in the background, knocking stuff over. That's why I keep looking over.
Oh.
Make sure she's not hurt herself.
What do you call her?
She's all right. She's called Ivy. She's like a rescue kitten from my girlfriend's a vet.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So she brings back all of the reduced animals.
Is it? I was going to say.
See if I can get her over. See if I can introduce her.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
She's quite an interesting looking animal. Come here. She actually hasn't had the best time.
Is she not? And now she's on this podcast. Oh, what up, Ivy?
Oh. Anyway, I'm not that good with cats.
So the back right's missing?
Yeah, it's back right, yeah. Back right, hit curb. No, she actually had a bad time when she was younger, and she was going to get sent to the oven or whatever it is, and Georgie wanted to try her out and give her a chance to learn to walk.
That's nice.
And she's learned to walk perfectly.
And what other animals have you had over the years?
Dude, I don't know if I can talk about this.
Okay.
Oh, shit. I wasn't going to mention this. Okay, so... Oh, this is shit. Okay, so I've got I kind of still have a Russian rat snake. But it escaped.
Fuck off.
Yeah. So...
Does your girlfriend know? Or is this... Are you just telling her?
The snake again... I need to be quiet because my neighbours were here. Dude. So I had a Russian rat. I'm not even joking. And I was really sad about this. And I absolutely love animals. And I'm a lifelong snake fan. But, right, no shit. I fiddle with it too much. That's what I do. I take it in, out, I clean its cage, and a bit of sawdust has gone in the cage door.
Yeah.
This animal is a wild animal, you know. It's like fully able to fend for itself.
How big are we talking?
We're talking, just sort of 4 foot or so. Big enough.
4 foot?
Yeah, 4 foot. But so it is somewhere in the flat, under the floorboards. Dude, if anyone can... I don't know if we should even edit this out. I don't know how to find it. There's not like a snake detector. There's no way of finding it.
Have you tried whistling?
I've turned everything. Dude, it's insane. One thing I did notice a load of rat poo under...
I can't go.
Oh, shit, yeah. So I've got a disabled kitten and a 4 foot snake just loose in the flat, and I haven't seen it since it left.
How long ago was that?
A little while ago, yeah. Because otherwise I wouldn't be laughing about it, because I was absolutely heartbroken, gutted, love this snake. But fuck knows where it is, dude. It's under the floorboard somewhere. I've taken a load up. I go around every night with a torch and shine it through the cracks in the floorboards in case I can see it.
Jeez.
Nothing. They're quick, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, if we're looking on the plus side, all right. First, we'll start with the negatives. Yes, I'm stuck in a small flat with a disabled kitten and a snake under the floorboards. Yes, that's true. But the good thing is, it's not venomous.
Plus.
So that's good. And it's not a constrictor as such. It's more of an ambush predator. It's not like a...
Because a constrictor means it wraps around you and...
Yeah, so we don't have any issues with that whilst we're sleeping. The other negative, of course, is that I've got kind of like a low Japanese-style bed close to the ground.
Okay.
But I think the cat would... You know, if I put the cat against the snake, I think the cat's going to win.
Do you reckon? What, a 3-legged cat?
Yeah.
Maybe with 4 legs, I'd give it a chance.
She's evil. Dude, she's evil.
Yeah, really.
I can barely pick her up.
She's going to have got a chip on her back, hasn't she?
Time.
Like, because of what's been going on. So
Yeah.
she's got a chip on her shoulder.
Yeah, big time.
Oh.
Dude, fully. So I can't believe that's come out. I shouldn't have said that.
No, it's fine.
I shouldn't have said that.
It won't.
The neighbours aren't
no one
watching
listens.
this, are they?
No,
exactly.
No. Wow.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's fine anyway.
Yeah.
And and she'll come out at some point
when it's warmer.
We'll put her back in. Yeah. So.
You leaving the?
Where'd you go from that story?
I have absolutely no idea, dude. I couldn't. Yeah. It's hurt my chest.
Would you be? Would that shit you up? Would that be bad for you?
I had a escaped. What was it? Hamster, and that scared me.
A hamster, dude.
Yeah, but it only scared me because it lived underneath the floorboards in my old flat, and just used to scratch around at night, and I just didn't like it. It's just like all the time.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be like AMSR, you know.
Oh, that's horrible. She sits on your head in bed.
What, the cat?
She sits on your head purring. It's so annoying. It's like an alien noise as well, cats. Like, I find her very cute to look at, but actually, when you analyse what she's doing, like, she's just a horrible predator. She's like...
Killing machine.
Everything is like... Yeah, she's a killing machine. Everything she's doing is like practising to kill stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I don't feel like...
She don't go out. Is it a house cat?
Yeah, well, I love her to not be, because I'm not really into house cats. I prefer I'm not into them, but I prefer the idea of her out in the wild killing loads of different animals.
Yeah.
But because she's never had 4 legs and been outside, I don't know if you can introduce them. Dude, it's a good chance to say any tips on fucking finding snakes and whether your 3-legged cat has been all right in the wild. I just think she'll get nailed by other cats.
Yeah, I
any
think
tips would be great.
So too.
Yeah.
Wow. So should we? We're going to introduce Matt real quick. If that's cool.
Let's do it. Yeah, please.
Let me just check. We're good.
Go back to like a massive delay.
Yeah, hopefully this one's a little bit smoother. I never can figure out what it is that does that, but then I might have to hang up.
Talk over.
Yeah, I know. But we should be golden. Pretty stoked, to be honest. We've got Matt Macduff coming in.
Yeah, fucking not stoked about me, are you? You just asked me fucking Brendog questions. Piss me off. Can't be happy with what you got. You got me and Spikeball Chris, and you just want more. Sick of it.
I've got a good challenge for the next episode too.
Have you?
Yeah, I'll tell you in a sec. As soon as this is done. As soon as we've got Matt in here. All right. In fact, no. I'll tell you after. I'll keep it to ourselves. Matt Macduff, where is he?
Here he is.
Hey guys, what's up?
What is up, dude?
Oh, it's the morning, man.
I know. Thank you for waking up nice and early to come in and do this.
Oh, no worries. I actually slept in.
Olly, do you know how much preparation and production this episode's taken? Thank you very much. High fives.
It's impressive.
Two people. I've had to Skype 2 people in, mate. We've gone up a level.
That is next level up. How are you, Macduff? Been a while.
I'm really well, man. I really enjoyed you guys' last podcast you did.
For real?
Yeah, it was nice. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, this one's equally as weird.
I don't think it's that weird. I think you guys are good together.
Oh, it's very sweet.
Well, we've just found out that we're going to the Spikeball World Championships in Berlin.
Really?
Did you know what Spikeball was?
I have no idea what that is.
Check out the episode live on Wednesday.
Should I Google it? I'll Google it right now.
Yeah, do, because there's a video and you'll get it straight away.
Yeah. So on the last episode we talked about Spikeball Chris. Well, Spikeball. And then the owner just came on and invited us to go to the World Championships. It's still a bit of a weird, surreal thing to think that we've got the potential to be a world champion at something. Have you ever been world champion at anything else?
Maybe,
yeah, loads, dude.
Maybe street riding at one point.
Yeah, you're for sure street riding world champion. Yeah, mountain bike street riding.
Yeah, really niche. Super niche.
With no brakes.
No. Bearded metal mountain bike street ride. Dude, I think Macduff deserves some world champ stripes.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'll tell you what you deserve stripes for is that crash. That should be a world champ crash.
Oh, biggest crash.
Yeah, for sure. Right?
Yeah, totally.
There's not many bigger.
That was my first cover on a magazine.
Hey, you think in 200 years they're not going to be talking about that crash? They will.
Maybe.
I reckon they will. They will for sure.
You seen that picture of that guy flying upside down, dressed in a suit, hitting an open loop 150 years ago?
The wooden one.
Oh, yeah, wooden one.
Maybe. Yeah, I think I have. Maybe on something you've posted or something.
Yeah, I think I saw the original. Yeah, the original one.
Crazy photo. So live right now?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we went.
Dude, this is it.
Straight
as good
in.
as it gets.
Straight in, no
You're
kissing.
Drinking honey there.
Yeah, a huge cup of honey.
Does look it. Oh, it's piss. I wish I hadn't asked. Oh
Lovely,
God, it's piss.
Actually, Olly, it's supposed to detox your body. Actually, which is
for real, it's piss.
Yeah, for real, it's piss. Yeah, it's gonna make you
drinking piss. Like we're not gonna ask. What is it actually?
It's called a morning detox tea. It's got dandelion,
and a bunch of other things in it that are supposed to help you detoxify your body.
Nice.
I just spent 2 weeks in America, so I'm trying to get the coronavirus out of my system.
Yeah.
Hope this will do it.
So, what's the status of where you are right now? Are you in Canada?
Yeah, I'm in Canada. I mean, we're taking it pretty seriously here at the house. Like, we're like locked down. Like, I haven't really left the house in 2 weeks.
Wow.
But every time I go into town, which hasn't been much, it's pretty much like things are normal, you know?
Yeah.
No one's really taking it too seriously over here yet, but hopefully it doesn't turn into like Italy or anything like that, because I've seen the news and it's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We were saying the same thing. It's almost the same here, whereas like 70% of people are taking it really seriously and 30% of people are just like, fuck it, be right. So...
Not only when you look at the numbers, we're all set for another Italy. It's not that fun. It's going to be not cool. Hopefully it won't be, but there's no way of telling, is there?
You think so? Are you guys thinking it's going to be big trouble over there in the UK?
Yeah, the numbers would suggest on the graph it's like the exact same.
Yeah.
On the graph it's the same pitch but 2 weeks on. So,
holy shit, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
Yeah.
So you guys on full lockdown?
No, we're basically being suggested to stay at home by the government. So they've so they've shut down, like, they've shut McDonald's. They've shut all restaurants, all pubs, all cafes. What else? That's it, isn't it, Ollie?
Yeah, I think
social,
so.
all events
sports
and
things,
stuff like
all
that.
like health centres and stuff like that, like gyms. Sorry.
Yeah. Anything like that. So
seems
we're just told to stay indoors.
Yeah, it seems to have come quite soon. Like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it was just like boom, Masters of Dirt gets canceled, and then it was like boom, every single thing got canceled. Yeah. Then it was like everyone's on lockdown. And then now in Italy, they had like 800 people die yesterday.
Really? Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
numbers.
I think Italy's just leveling off, like, apparently.
Flattening the curve, they call it, right?
Yeah, it's like...
Hopefully.
I'm glad you remembered that. It's actually the wrong instance to use that saying, but I'll let that slide because I appreciate that you were listening to me. But no, I hope apparently it's like peaking or something. They maybe reported like a few less deaths yesterday. It's super gnarly.
It is.
It's just weird, isn't it? Because we've never had to deal with it before. So I guess you either win or learn, and we're not going to win. So you got to learn for next time. Like the virus could be completely different next time, I guess.
Yeah.
If there is a next time.
I think it's so crazy for me because we had something like this 100 years ago with the Spanish influenza flu. And that kind of like swept around the world and was devastating. And then, but now I think we're so connected, you know?
Yeah.
And it's so hard because I hear about all these like terrible things that are happening around the world, but I'm just stuck here in this lovely house, you know? And it's it feels like where I am, there's like nothing happening, but then like the way the world is connected, it's like, it's so crazy. You just turn on the news and you're like, oh my God, the whole world is ending, but like nothing's changing. But like, I feel okay, but am I sick?
Yeah.
Like, you don't even know what's going on. It's almost like you're just freaking out inside, you know?
Yeah.
And 100 years ago, you would have had no clue until it like literally came into your town. And then,
you know. Interesting fact. Here we go. Do you know why it's called the Spanish flu?
No, I don't.
I'll tell you. So that is because all of the other countries' media didn't report on it, and the only country that reported it was Spain. So that's why they call it the Spanish flu, even though it started somewhere totally different.
No way.
True story. Yeah. Take that with a pinch of salt. But I'm pretty sure it's true.
Here, Trump was calling it the Chinese virus.
Yeah.
Oh, racist. So racist.
Slightly.
Come on.
There's no need. There's no need.
No.
Although the meme that came out of it, kind of funny if I'm honest. The China, that was.
I didn't see it.
Have you not?
No, I didn't see it. No.
Oh.
But can you do it again?
He goes,
you feel bad now, don't you?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
So have you guys been riding at all?
I have, personally. Yeah, I'll be honest, I have been riding a little bit. Just in very small groups, very spaced apart. It's almost like not going on a ride with your friends, but they're sort of in the same woods. That's pretty much how we're doing it here.
I've been riding, and I'm going to go riding in a bit. But I live in the woods, and I'm going riding on my own, so it's no big deal.
I think it's important to go riding, man. Like
yeah.
right now, dude, it's good time, and like we're not really around too many people or in the woods. I think it's okay.
Yeah. So
How about
you've
you?
just come back from Virgin, right?
Yeah. Ivan's in Virgin, digging for doing some more Rampage digging. Basically the same as Rampage.
Couldn't get enough.
Yeah, I just couldn't get enough, so I went back and did some more.
Dude, do you know how quickly I got out of there after Rampage? And you're going back for more.
Yeah. Well, I like it down there. I think it's pretty awesome. Ethan and Tom were doing a project. They have a Mesa 3, the sequel to the first one that they did there for Monster, and they hired me to dig for them. So I was just out there digging whatever they wanted, making huge landings, Huge
it looks like you boys are having a time.
Yeah, it was good times. And then this virus, and I just had to jet up here. Like it was like literally within 2 days, they were like, we're closing the Canadian border. And then I was supposed to go to Chile because there was this crazy project happening in Chile. They were building these massive jumps down there, and they were like, Matt, we want you up there to build some massive jumps. So I was like, yeah, I booked the tickets. I was like, this guy owns this mountain, and they were just going to like turn it into like the Big Air World headquarters down in Chile. And I was so fired up, and then they closed the Chile border the morning I was supposed to get on the flight.
No way.
And that's it. That's all that's new with me.
When you say you flew out of there, is that in the truck? Because I love your truck, dude. Your truck's ready for the apocalypse, isn't it? Your truck is completely locked down ready.
It's so ready, Olly, man. You should come over and take my truck for a tour of the coast. Love that.
Dude, the truck's incredible.
What truck have you got, Matt?
Just an old, super old, 30 years old F-250. It's got Rhino line on it, and I basically rigged it out for the perfect trail building truck, riding truck. So sick. I got all the tools. I got a watering system on it. I got a rooftop tent. So basically here in BC, if I want to go ride some free ride way up in the middle of nowhere, there's no hotels, there's nothing. So you need to bring an ATV or a pit bike, and then you need watering, and then you need your tools, and then you need a place to sleep. So I basically put that all in one truck.
Sick. That's rad. So cool. So slightly switching gears on you here, Matt. New podcast's out, finally. And when I saw that Insta post, I was like, fuck yeah. But then I felt bad because I've been hustling you for ages to do this podcast, and then you timed it to come out on your birthday, which is also the day of the crash. And I was like, no, this motherfucker, he was just waiting for this day. You're just a genius.
You would think I was, and then I was gonna release it earlier, and then the COVID-19 hit,
right? And
I was just sitting at home, and I was like, wow, in 2 days it's my birthday. Maybe I should release it on my birthday. And then I just did it, and then it was perfect. Worked out perfect, man. And I got a massive response. I actually got an email from Apple this morning saying that my podcast hit 116 rank on the Apple self-improvement podcasts.
Sick.
Nice.
Fuck yeah, dude. Congratulations. Well done. I'm glad you finally did it.
Well, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have done it. Thank you so much.
No, you would have. You would have done it, but maybe not without the persistence. It's Olly, every few weeks, I'm like, Matt, when's your podcast out? Matt, when's your podcast out? And then I don't know, 8 months ago, he sent me the first episode. I was like, dude, that's so sick. Put it out. 8 months later, it still wasn't out. And I'm like, what are you doing? and then I was like, look, man, everyone's at home. Coronavirus, release your podcast.
Yeah,
here we are.
It's been sick, the coronavirus. I've seen a lot of people dropping stuff online because they finally have time sit down at home and like, boom, something comes out. Boom, something comes out. But I think with the podcast with me, I was just super, I was scared. Like deep down inside, I was just really scared to release it. And I'm glad I released it because I got an amazing response. And
how come you scared?
I mean, like, it's really deep stuff, you know, like real personal stuff. Also, it's like kind of scary to ask your friends, hey, you remember the worst time of your life? Like, can you tell me about it?
Yeah.
True. Yeah, fair point.
And like personally, I love talking about that stuff, like with some coffee and some tea, but it's one thing to sit down and like record it and then show it to the whole world. That's kind of really a scary thing. And I was scared to expose my friends and myself like on that kind of a level, you know?
Oh, good man. I haven't listened to it yet. I look forward to it.
Oh, it's so good, Ollie. Nailed it on. Yeah, absolutely
Wicked.
nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. It's amazing. So how many episodes have you got in the bank? And then is this virus going to throw some like spanners in the works? Because you want to sit and do them in person, right?
Yeah, I like to do them in person, although I'm going to try some Skype. Thanks to you, gave me the correct programs to record and stuff. So I'm going to try some Skype. But yeah, I got like 4 episodes. And I did one with Remy Morton, actually, episode 3. And that one's insane. Like, he tells me all about his coma. And we go so deep into places that I didn't even know was like, I didn't even know a man could go. Like, Remy was in a coma for 6 weeks, but he actually lived 6 months in a full dream world where he thought he was.
Like, I've actually, I've not heard the story, but my buddy Jace from Gypsy Tales was telling me that, he's got this crazy memory of actually being alive when he wasn't alive.
Yeah, and
it's 6 months.
6 months he lived, and then he came out of the coma. He realized that the last 6 months of his life didn't exist, and then he had 21 broken bones that he had to deal with. So it was like,
oh my God. So when's that out? Do you know?
I guess in about a month. I'm going to drop an episode every 2 weeks.
Perfect.
So cool. I guess that one will be out in a month. And that one shook me up so much because everyone was always like, Matt, your crash was so crazy. You're so badass. And you know what I mean? And then I heard Remy's story and I was like, holy fuck, I'm a pussy, man. Like, Remy Morton is insane. And yeah.
Wow.
But
can't wait.
Crash, dude. Whoa.
Can't wait. Yeah. Has there been anything in your career, Ollie, that's been like a massive, timestamp
sure.
of been like, that was fucked?
My ankle. It's so boring. It's like you can't have Macduff's crash and then Remy's crash and then me talk about my ankle. But it has been life-changing. It has. I wake up every morning. I can't run. I can't crash anymore properly. I have to just like fucking take it. Whereas I used to, that was what I was good at.
Like you can't run out of anything?
Yeah. So if you're dirt jumping and doing tricks and stuff, like that's how you get out of stuff. So yeah, it's 100% completely life-changing, but obviously it's not on the same scale as those crashes. Not that it's a competition, all right, because I don't want to make it a competition.
No, but you're too smart to have one of those crashes, Ollie. And I think it's all relative, dude. Like, you with your ankle, I'm sure that there's some things that you could talk about with your ankle that would really, that normal, like other people could relate to and you could help some people for sure. But yeah, I guess, like an ankle compared to like 21 bones. Yeah, whatever. But it's all relative to each person I believe anyways, that each person has their own challenges for their own reasons,
Yeah, definitely. It's an interesting topic, isn't it? It is an interesting topic. It's like, what 100%, as small as my ankle seems, they are the lowest points in my life. I've broken it twice told I couldn't ride again, and twice had to like imagine life without riding a bike, which sounds so lame, but when you're in it, you're like lying in a hospital bed. It's not like, I don't know.
It's terrible.
You have these like kind of, like you say, like moments, don't you, where things make sense or mean more, I guess.
And do you think
crashes? I think clarity.
And going through this, I think that's going to be a massive awakening for most people, not necessarily just with riding bikes, but just life in general. You know, we used to have it just 2 weeks ago, it was so fucking easy. Like, you could just go to the shop and get your own stuff. Yeah, it is. It's crazy. Yeah. I think this is going to be a massive reality check for every single person in the world. And I'd like to think we're going to come out of it way better, of like nicer people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Totally. For me, it makes me look at, like moments like Rotorua when Emil threw down his run.
Yeah.
And he just fucking sent it and went for it. And it was this beautiful expression of like human excellence. You know what I mean? In a moment, it just makes me feel like so much more appreciation and love for those moments. Like when I watch them on YouTube now and I see like someone just fucking go for it and kill it, I just look at it with like so much beauty now, and I'm like, fuck,
yeah,
COVID-19,
dude.
Everything's like locked down. Like next time I get the opportunity to do that, I'm gonna fucking do it too, because it's beautiful. And like we're humans, and that's what we're here to do, you know?
Yeah.
So it's been nice. It's been nice in that regard.
Yeah. So Matt,
that's so true.
You're like kind of into sort of, you know, health and wellness and stuff. What are you doing to prevent yourself, or I say prevent from getting coronavirus? What are the things?
I mean, I don't know, man, because, well, I do know what I'm doing, but I'm in a huge internal mental battle that I think that like everyone's probably into. Like the mind is so strong, and I've read so many books about how the mind influences the body and your environment and whatever. And so like if you think you're sick, you fully get sick. And a lot of times that like men get sick, it's actually not because they've picked up some virus or whatever. It's usually because they have like a huge turning point in their life that they're not sure about, or like something inside of them is like not right, or like you literally just think yourself sick, right? So I came back from an insane 2 weeks of like working so hard. And then I did a 24-hour drive nonstop from Virgin up to here in this massive winter storm. And I got home and everything's like COVID-19, COVID-19, COVID-19. So like instantly I get like a sore throat. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm dying of COVID-19, or am I just like mentally making myself sick, or like, do I need rest? Because sometimes after like a huge amount of traveling, you get sick.
You get sick, yeah.
You just like, it all slows down and it all catches up. So for the last 2 weeks for me, it's just been a mind game. And I've been doing like, you know, my usual stuff, which is like the cold and the Wim Hof and just working out and like feeling really, really good and strong. And then like sometimes I'll get like this little nick of a sore throat or like the odd snuffle of a nose, and I'll be like, oh my God, I'm fucking dying. So like I don't know, like I'm still in this battle, and I'm sure that like everyone not everyone, but a lot of people are, and it's just like, fuck, like I can't get my mind right, you know?
Yeah. I think like, I think a lot of people are going through. No, I totally agree, man. I think a lot of people are going through that, of constantly like analyzing how you feel and jump into the worst case scenario. And if this wasn't happening and you had a bit of a sniffly nose, you'd just be like, oh, cool, I just got a bit of a sniffly nose, or I got a sore throat. But at the moment you're like, is it not? And that's the head fuck.
Like panic and like negativity are all really contagious as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know?
So contagious, man.
Like so contagious, because if you're in a room with someone and they're sketched out or whatever, it affects you.
Yeah.
Like it can't not.
Anxiety is contagious for sure.
Yeah, and if everything you watch right now is just like making me think I'm going to get a fucking virus. Like everything is, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think like one thing I've been doing is I've been trying to like meditate 2 times in a day, because I have like, I'm at home, like doing, you know, of course I can schedule that in. And that's really helped, like around in the afternoon, just to kind of like try and get the mind dialed again, because really.
What meditation do you do, Matt?
Dude, I just sit down, man, and do a little bit of, you know, just think about how lucky I am, thankful
You don't have like a routine or like a style or anything like that. It's
No. I just sit down.
Mindfulness.
And, just enjoy some mindfulness. Maybe put some headphones on if it's noisy. If it's not noisy, it's better. But I mean, some books say that like it's nice to get the silence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in the silence is pure potentiality as of anythingness. That makes it, I know what I'm saying sounds ridiculous, but okay. But anyways, in some books they say silence, but like if it's noisy, I just put on headphones and I just try to like get my mind back to my principles and understand that I'm healthy and that I'm strong. And even if run through the worst case scenario, whatever it is I'm freaking out about, and then just like remind myself that if that was to happen, I could handle it. And then just kind of pick up the pieces like Katy Perry in her documentary when her boyfriend breaks up with her before one of her shows, and then she just like fucking sits down, zips up, and then goes on stage and rocks it.
I've seen that actually. Yeah, I'm going to admit I have watched the Katy Perry one, and I watched the other one. I watched was the country Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it either.
Taylor Swift. Yeah, it's good documentary, dude.
Right,
because she lives a crazy life, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. I couldn't finish the Taylor Swift one though, but the Katy Perry one had me like fucking by the knees. I didn't even know.
What about the Taylor Swift one? Couldn't you finish?
I think I just had to do my taxes, so I was just like, it's like, God damn it, I can't waste time listening to this documentary right now. I got to do my taxes. God.
The whole time, because I'd sort of like already made my mind up about her, like she is annoying, and the whole time I'm like, the whole thing was just like, well, of course she's annoying. Look at what she's done the whole time, like her entire life.
Yeah,
it's like built. If anything is built to make you annoying, it is that life.
Totally,
isn't it?
Yeah, totally. And she's not in control of most of it either, I guess.
No,
other people are doing it. Like, oh, go here, do this, post this, sing this, and she's just like,
the whole time. Oh,
which documentary was that?
Taylor Swift something. I can't remember the title. It's interesting though, because she's been doing it for time.
Yeah, it's like Bieber. The whole Bieber thing. The Bieber one on YouTube is actually quite interesting because as much as I'm not a massive fan of Justin Bieber, when you see his life and like just. Can you imagine living like that from being a kid, of just being pushed from pillar to post and having endless amounts of money? You're gonna go mental.
That's weird.
You're gonna lose it at some point, right?
For sure.
That's not a natural thing. And
if you get to if you think about this as well, like all of us have now got 10 years of adulthood, maybe more under the belt now. That's 10 years of being like a grown up, which is weird. I don't think of it, but it's true, isn't it? You got 10 years of being like, you do whatever you want to do, make your own choices, make your own mind up about stuff. So naturally, you are like, that's a lot of like learning you've done in adulthood now.
True.
Like all of your experiences shape all of that loads, doesn't it? Don't they?
Totally. And what I always think about Bieber is imagine being able to not go anywhere without someone wanting a photo that must be horrible. I mean, Ollie, you must have a little bit of it, and Matt, like you go riding down the local wherever, and
I don't think it compares to.
Yeah, but in a way, because you must not be able to go riding without someone saying, "Oh, can I have a photo?" or whatever. People don't do autographs anymore, do they? It's selfies and stuff.
Selfies.
But imagine having that everywhere you go.
So those street races are crazy. Yeah. Because the street races I think are actually like. Because they don't know who you are, but they're desperate and they're mobbing you at the street races. Really? And I'm not even riding. Like I build the courses and test them, and then that's it. And they just mob you because you're someone. They don't know who you are, but you're someone. And I think that is that's more of a example of what it's like. Because it's not like all the people that get photos with Justin Bieber like listen to fucking Justin Bieber music.
Yeah, just like he's there, let's do it.
He's there, might as well do it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It must be. It must feel awful.
For sure.
The worst.
Do you think we'll get mobbed at Spikeball World Champs?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Especially when you guys win.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
I think it's pretty crazy actually about fame, because like you think about it, a lot of kids grow up and they want to be a Justin Bieber, you know, and they want to be just like Justin Bieber, but then, you know, it's almost like reality saves you by not allowing you to become Justin Bieber, because if you did become Justin Bieber, you'd be totally fucked up.
Yeah.
I think the world just like, Bieber, we've got one.
World War III.
Let him take it. It's good. Let him have all the pussy. Let him have all the money. Just leave it to one guy.
Because you know what I mean. Like 99% of the people who are sold that dream could not handle it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, totally.
For sure.
Totally. Wow. It sucks when you hear when you get messages from kids about sponsorship, and you just think you're already sponsored by your parents. And they love you much more than a bike company. Stick with that one. It's much better. Go with it as long as possible.
Olly, that's the best takeaway ever. Wow.
Yeah, I guess Olly, you working for DMR and stuff, you must get a lot of sponsorship requests and stuff.
Yeah, but it's quite hard, isn't it? Because they don't even put effort in.
No.
A lot of them.
No. Do you just send them some of those rigid forks?
Sorry?
Do you send them some of those rigid forks? It's like, yeah, have these.
How dare you? How dare you? Actually, Macduff is one man that might be into some ODub rigid forks.
Yeah.
Do you ever know I had a signature product, dude?
Dude, yeah, you had the forks? Those products?
The ODub forks.
Great name.
Yeah.
Took a while to think of it, I think.
What year was that?
A long time ago. I can't even think. So long ago. That was 24-inch rigid years.
I love those years.
Good years, weren't they?
Reynolds keeps telling me that he's going to go back to the 24s when he's old.
I'd love him to. That'd be incredible.
I'm like, dude, you turned 29 this year. When is old? I want to see the rigid forks.
The time is now.
Wow. All right, Matt, we want to keep this one a little bit shorter. I feel like we could have done a whole episode just us three, but...
Well, let's do one.
Let's do it.
Another time. Yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah, another time. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate for letting me have me on your show. Thank you.
No, man. Anyone listening, obviously go check Matt's podcast out. There'll be a link, show description. Go subscribe.
Ooh, thanks,
catch
boys.
up, brother.
All right, man. Have a great day. Be safe over there.
Will. Cheers.
See you, man. Bye.
Yes, dog.
Right. Round of applause.
Dude, I feel like we're in a real this is like a real thing now, isn't it?
I think we made it real.
Yeah.
This is like been pretty good fun, I'll be honest with you. This has been nice.
Good, I'm glad.
We did have a load of segments and stuff, but I think we should be very mindful about keeping these things down to around this sort of time.
All right.
If that's all right.
Hey, I'll go if you want me to go. Don't worry about it. I've got stuff to do. I've got a bathroom to grout.
A snake to find.
Yeah, I've got a snake to find as well. Yeah.
So,
oh no,
I got a couple. Let's just do. So we've done a couple of sections though, if that's okay. I got a good couple of dope or nopes. I love dope or nope. Makes me laugh every time.
Okay, nice.
So dope or nope. This is something for us, I guess, to discuss if we really need to. Dope or nope. At Alexander's and oh my god, Alex Anderson MT. Not really. Alex Anderson MTB. Dope or nope. Elbow pads.
It's a nope from me.
Yeah, it's a nope from me as well. I'm not gonna lie. I think they've got a place though. They've got a place. Yeah. Downhill, maybe elbow pads.
Maybe, dude. I just think, I'm not out pushing the boundaries enough to ever need elbow pads. I want to keep things a little bit more mellow. I think.
Yeah, it's a fair point. Yeah,
I need to just reevaluate. If I start thinking, dude, you need elbow pads, it's equally I should also be asking a question: what are you doing? Who are you trying to impress?
Yeah.
You know.
True. And we got another one at Matt Hinsley, or is it Hinsley 32? Yeah, at Hinsley 32. Saddlebags, dope or nope?
Dude, this elbow pads and saddlebags. I think the only time if you need a saddlebag is if you're commuting to the vert ramp, and you need somewhere to put your elbow pads.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Or you're commuting across the world and you need somewhere to keep a trek bar.
I always like the idea of that. doing like a hammock trip, bike packing, but never get around to it. Just go riding instead.
I think, funny. Well,
is that all of them?
Yeah. Well, we got loads more, but we'll do them on the next one if we do another one.
Sounds good, mate. Yeah, they seem to be going. That people don't hate them anyway. Would they say if they hated them, or would they just?
Yeah, 100%. I think. Although I don't really get that much hate. I think because it's quite niche and stuff. You don't really get that much. There's the odd little bit, but for the most part, I just ignore it anyway and just do what we enjoy doing.
You do you.
Exactly. I got a challenge though for the next episode.
Oh, please, let's hear it.
So for people to get involved with, all right, the challenge is, who is the most famous person we can get on this podcast for the next episode?
That's a sick challenge.
The most.
Who could it be?
Someone has got to have a link to somebody famous that they can get us to have on this podcast. So I don't know. It's got to be maybe. I like that we have maybe a guest that's not in mountain biking, and then one that maybe is. Someone like Matt. Holy shit, Matt Macduff, absolute legend upon legend.
What a fantastic guest.
And Chris, so Chris is like that one guest that's a little bit out of it, and then one guest that's in it. So we want someone the most famous person we can get on here. I'm talking Will Ferrell.
All of us, we must be able to find something, mustn't we?
Someone. Who's the most famous person in your phone book?
In my phone book? I don't know, really. I have them. I do have them all ranked by level of fame, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Top to bottom, but no, I don't really know, to be honest. I'm a bit useless for famous people.
Yeah.
Let me think. I don't. Nah.
They're all bike people. So I want we need someone that's totally and to be like, what is it like being you? That sort of celebrity, that sort of famousness.
Okay, I'm gonna have a think.
All right,
you've got something. Is the reason you've made this challenge?
No, not at all.
Someone?
No, not at all. I just thought it'd be funny. See if we can get someone like crazy famous to do this.
Yeah,
just because if we can get Spikeball Chris, who else can we get? Because everyone's at home.
Spikeball Chris, we can get anyone.
Everybody's at home. It's a level playing field now.
Yeah, it's true, dude. Yeah.
People that had turned you down before, David Hasselhoff. Now he's like, I'm at home. What else am I going to do?
He's up for it.
He might. Well,
a really good point. Really good point.
So,
we'd think of famous people that mountain bike. That'd be the best one.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. All right. So that's the challenge. People out there, get involved.
Sounds good.
Let's link it up. Dude, it's been a blast again.
Nice one. Thanks for having me again.
No, it's all right. No, thank you for being so open to do this and tell us all your secrets about hidden animals. And
what a dick. Maybe edit that bit out, eh? What do you reckon?
Nah, definitely not. Oh, dear. Classic.
I'm going to get looking anyway.
Yeah, go and have a look around. And I'll speak to you, for Volume 3, I guess. It's this sort of time next week.
Volume 3. And catch you in the next one.
Yeah, peace out. Appreciate you, man. Well, here we are, folks, at the end of volume number 2. Massive thank you to everybody out there for listening. And don't forget, once again, these episodes don't have any sponsors. So if you can help by sharing the episode, it is much appreciated. Stay safe out there, people. In all seriousness, the government guidelines changed last night here in the UK from what it was when we actually originally recorded this podcast the day before. So be safe, people. I shared a post on my social media today, actually, which is from Jocko Willink, the savage Navy SEAL. And he said, discipline equals freedom. And right now, that couldn't be more true, guys. Do your part, stay indoors, travel when necessary, wash your hands, and be disciplined, because the quicker everybody comes together and stays indoors and limits the spread of this virus, the quicker it can all be done, and the quicker we can get back outside, shredding with our mates, and get back to some sort of normal life. Again, huge thank you for listening. Massive props to Spikeball Chris. If you guys are still listening to this at the end, please head over and give Spikeball Chris a shout out and a thank you, because he was a bloody good sport for this. Matt Macduff, legend upon legend, unbelievable guy. Listen to his podcast. There is a link in the show description. And obviously, massive props to ODub for being so open to do this. It was a stupid idea, I thought, when I came up with it, but it seems to be actually being a thing and people are enjoying it. So we're going to keep going until this is all over, and then we're going to have a big party, a game of Spikeball, and all go riding somewhere in the UK. So don't forget to follow us on social media at The Hook It Podcast, at OW_23, at Matt Macduff, and at Spikeball Chris. I can't believe I'm saying that. All right, stay safe out there, people. One love.
The sweat on his forehead.